it's going to make a terrible team that we've all seen the story before. There's another blowout. It's coming, and it's going to be a boring season.
Just like
it's going to be a boring finals.
I personally
The
think
last
it's
Golden
a,
State Cleveland.
it's
Yeah.
a lot about passion, to be honest. Like, as you said, he came out, whoever it was, came out with like an injured leg or whatever.
Willis Reed.
Willis Reed. He came out with like a broken leg or whatever. It's not because it was the passion that brought him out there. He cared about the sport. You see players like not caring about
like they'll
basketball.
sit out random games.
They don't care. They just want money.
Jacoby a couple years ago, one of our friends, he dropped how much to go see Cavs Hornets, and then Kyrie sitting on the bench, LeBron sitting on the bench, Kevin Love's on the bench because they're all tired.
They don't want to play.
Exactly.
They don't
just
wanna play
want the
anymore.
money, they get the endorsements, they get the bag, and then they dip.
Here's the thing. They complain about exhaustion. They complain about this, that. It's not the league it was. I mean, you had games, like, for instance, we bring this up a lot. It's a common sports trope, the Jordan flu game. I mean, we can bring that up a million times and it'll still say the same. But not only did Jordan play when he had the flu, he played in a league that was bully ball. It was the bad boy Pistons era. It was huge. It was physical. It was tough. And you see players like LeBron, players like Kyrie, players like KD sitting out because they need their rest. You play in a league where a foul is getting touched by somebody, and yet you think you need rest. You see Michael Jordan playing all the games he physically could in a league where there were Pistons players literally throwing him into the actual metal part of the hoop. I mean, these people were rough. They were terrible. They pushed. They threw punches.
Fall with fans.
I mean, Malice in the Palace. This was a crazy league, and yet somehow people still cared enough not to miss a sport because they understood when a father takes his son, they scrape together the money they can, and they take that son to that game. They came to see them play. You are getting paid millions and millions of dollars to play, for these people to see you play. You don't get to say, I need my own time, because you are directly getting funded by these people who only have so many chances to see you. You see all these people, you see a crowd. They see one person in you. You can't just sit out. I mean, how do we even have the discussion? Like, well, what do you think about this, man?
I mean, like, the thing is, basketball, there's not a lot of games. You get rest. Like, I understand baseball players sitting out. Like, they play 162 games.
Yeah, they play a lot.
Minimal rest. Eventually,
and
it's
think
going
of
to
the
wear
pitchers
down.
there. Think of how their arms.
And football,
achy.
you get physical training. You're getting beat up,
And you're getting a week off.
And you get a week.
You have
off.
your rest. You
And
don't see people sitting out because they're
on
tired.
that subject. Have you seen like football highlights from back in the 1980s, the
Oh.
90s?
The CBS intro
It
video
was
that
rough.
circulated
It
on
was.
Twitter.
Everyone was getting down, getting nitty gritty, hitting
There's
running
a-
backs and stuff.
There's a video. It was the CBS football
I know what you're
in the
talking about.
70s, and it's like
In the trailer,
every
every play is
like
a
penalty
penalty
Like,
now.
there were face masks or clotheslines.
But think about it as this though: the NFL the views have been declining ever since all these penalties came with. It's because people wanted to see players go out there and kill each other.
The thing is,
even though they're thinking about the player's safety.
What's
gets
his
less
name?
interesting.
What's his name? He came from this school, Lamar. He played on the Giants.
Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor. Like
Lafayette alum.
a Lafayette alum. He literally broke a quarterback's thigh bone in the middle of a play. I mean, this guy was the guy
His
who was
knee
famous.
touched the ground.
His knee
touched the ground while his foot was still up.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Joe Theismann.
And you see these kind of people. I mean, this is the kind of guy that was famed for smoking crack and eating Skittles.
Literally on the sideline.
It's the most New York thing ever.
I mean, now you see people complain about CTE, and I get that. It's a serious
Lawrence
illness.
Taylor.
But
he single-handedly won a game with a broken shoulder, pretty much. And he carried that Giants defense. He carried that team to that victory.
For years.
But this league, the National Football League, does not need to hold back for your injuries. You decide whether or not to try and draft into the National Football League. At its core, it's an entertainment, and these people should be allowed to play as hard as possible.
You're getting paid, man. You're getting paid.
That's what it boils down to.
All right, so that's going to lead me to my final question, Chris. Do you just think athletes are getting softer now?
Yeah, of course they are, man. I mean, we use science as an excuse, and I get that. A lot of people want to make sure they're not brain dead by the time they hit 40, and I understand that. But this, at its core, is an entertainment league. If it's not about the money and if it's about the sport, go play football in another league. Go play basketball in a European league where they take more safety precautions. Don't worry about the national leagues. This is the National Basketball Association, the National Football League. It is built around entertainment. Why viewers fuel billions of dollars. This is $1 billion industry into these games just to watch people take seats and sit and not take a tap as a penalty.
Not even make a rough tackle. Just
Not
push
even
'em.
make a rough tackle.
Baseball
I
does
mean,
not hustle to first base.
Yeah.
Like
you can
where's
beat these throws out.
like
if you're
where's the
fast
hits
enough.
that Ray Lewis was dishing out?
Well, now
Yeah.
they're all penalties, so thanks,
Exactly.
Goodell.
I mean, we don't pay for these. It's our right to have them. We pay them. We fuel it by watching the commercials. I understand that they fear for the players' safety, but they're not required to play in this league. You don't need to play in this league. If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen, man.
If you're not willing to sacrifice your body, you shouldn't be playing. Because if you don't have enough passion for the sport to be sacrificing your body, why should you be playing?
I mean, I agree. You
And
gotta,
it's not a be-all, end-all. Go to a different league. We're not forcing you to play in the NFL or nothing. And these athletes always never say it's about money. I mean, if you want to stay true to your ideals and not just show that you're being a scumbag that's only doing this for the millions of dollars you can get and you don't actually have a passion for the game, then stay in the NFL. But if you really don't have a passion, or if you don't have a passion and you want the money, you don't deserve to play in a league such grand as that. I mean, when it boils to, like I said before, as fans, we fuel these leagues by watching TV. We watch their ads. We pay for their game. We pay to go to their games. We
Basically,
funnel our
we're
money
paying
into
their
these
contracts.
salaries.
We're
paying
paying
these
their
contracts.
salaries.
We deserve to see better. We don't deserve to be treated like we're the bystanders and watch the commissioners make the decisions based on health. You don't need to take a stand for CTE. You're the NFL. Have another league take a stand for CTE. You worry about the watchers that are paying for your salaries.
And you can also think about it as this: like, the first Super Bowl had 70 million viewers. One of the most
like 5 people showed up to that game.
well,
Not actually, but
not like it was.
you can see the empty
But
seats.
as I was saying, like it was like a bunch of people watching it. Everyone wanted to see it, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone who had a TV was watching it. And think of what's different from then to now. People don't want to watch football games anymore.
I mean, the whole kneeling controversy, I don't want to get into that.
And
'cause I know we all have
Patriots and
strong-
all.
Patriots dominance, Goodell being Goodell.
You know, the shadiness of the NFL. See, the NFL, obviously, it was shady back then, but at least it was entertaining.
Yeah.
You know, you see people ripping each other apart, linebackers trying to kill the running backs and quarterbacks. It was interesting. People liked
Yeah.
watching people getting physical.
You know, I swear, well, like you said with Goodell, when Brady wins the 7th ring, it's going to be hilarious seeing Brady tear that trophy away from Goodell just another time.
Honestly, that's the only part of a Patriots run I enjoy is watching Goodell like just cry while handing them the trophy.
It's amazing.
It's so
I love
funny.
it.
And
So,
and like as I was saying back then, the deals were obviously shady, but people didn't care because
it's football.
it was
It's
entertaining.
football.
It was
It's
entertaining.
when football was football.
It was entertaining to watch people.
The Giants had Belichick, right?
Yeah, he was the
was-
defensive.
he was the
the defensive
defensive
coordinator. I
coordinator.
can't
And then he
believe
became the
lost
Browns
it.
head coach.
I mean,
Oh, what a shame.
I mean,
What a
if we
shame.
haven't had won a Super Bowl since then,
Now
I'd
the
be
Browns.
like, what were we doing? But
The Browns.
He was
Oh.
actually good on the Browns.
the Browns really hyped America up, only to like.
Oh, yeah,
be
they're
maybe
not- they're
worse
not
than the
good
Giants
this year.
are.
I still
It's-
remember when they were going 0-16, and I was cheering for them to get one win just because I wanted to see them do it. Like, you see a season that's so hyped up and a team that's ready to commit, and then this happens.
Just implosion,
They've
full
had-
on implosion.
They've had their ups and downs. You know, Dwayne Hillis being a bust,
Oh
getting
my
the Madden
gosh.
curse. Oof, that was a rough year for them.
I mean,
Oh, the Sam.
that was my first Madden game, Madden 12, I think.
That's
Yeah.
tough. But
I
when
mean, Baker is terrible.
Sam Couch
Baker's
years
terrible.
ago when he led them to a 6-6 lead and the refs just gave the Jaguars that game.
It happens all the time. with
It
them.
does, but this was different. We're talking about the Cleveland Browns fans here.
How do you
They-
feel
they've
about
been
Baker
oppressed.
Mayfield though?
He was good last year. His
OBJ
accuracy was nice. It's
Why
just,
did they throw to OBJ? Like, I'm starting to think the Giants won that trade.
Like,
Because Jabril Peppers
seriously.
has stepped
He
up.
gave
He's
up.
not bad.
He gave up. Peppers is doing his job. He gave up. OBJ is done. He's gone. He has no more gigantic field, no more stadium, no more New York enthusiasm to feel his giant.
Even then, like, he didn't. He towards the end, he just stopped caring.
He just stopped.
Exactly.
I mean, because
He stopped
he
seeing it.
had the people to fuel his giant ego, and then when he just started getting worse, they stopped caring.
Giant
and now
ego
he's
for
in
a little
Cleveland.
man.
Nobody cares about him now.
I
Nobody
mean,
cares.
Personally, I think if he's still in New York with Daniel Jones, the Giants have at least. Like,
In
2
my
more wins.
opinion,
Yeah.
he is a good wide receiver. He's got the talent. Like I said, it's all about the effort and the passion the players get.
Exactly.
Well, he's the kind of person that feeds off people in the
Him and
right
Baker.
environment.
Him and Baker. I mean,
Him and
Baker's
Baker.
whole college run was just some undersized walk-on. Keep that same mentality. He says that all the time because he wanted to be the best.
But his ego is
Is-
so big.
I mean,
I
now
mean,
I don't think it is. He
look.
looks like Randy Marsh up there.
Exactly. And now that Nick Chubb's carrying the team, he think Nick Chubb's getting all the credit. He's
No.
pissed. He says that Nick Chubb does not deserve any recognition for any of the wins we're getting. He thinks
I mean,
it's
they're
all
not
him.
getting wins, so
They-
it doesn't
the
really
wins
matter.
they are getting.
All 2
Nick
of them.
Chubb has been responsible for.
I agree. I don't know. How did they beat the Ravens? Let's think about that.
the
That's
same team
like I
that
said.
beat the Patriots lost to the
the
Browns.
Browns.
Like, well, what are we doing? What is the NFL?
It's-
Look how
I mean,
it flips.
they're just trying to keep it interesting until the playoffs.
Um,
We all know what's coming.
on the for real
It's
though.
inevitable.
total Patriots.
It's all about that.
Hey, they just got to snap that finger. They already got.
They
the
got the gauntlet. Pray to God they don't win another one, but we know how this ends.
Who said it before?
Patriots have one of the easiest schedules.
I mean,
It's a known fact.
they're not going undefeated. But I mean,
Well, now they're not.
Mahomes needs to come back and stop him. Lamar could stop him.
Man, like I
Jimmy
said,
G. It would be hilarious if Garoppolo stopped him.
that's the thing.
Pass the
I have
torch.
always said, even back when we first got him, we needed to keep Jimmy G.
I
We
don't know why
needed
he didn't.
another Tom Brady. We needed to
Should have
train.
at least kept him on the bench.
I get that Tommy Boy is still going strong, but we need somebody after him. Belichick was too focused on keeping Tom Brady in running condition.
No. It
because
was
he
the
knew.
no in that controversy. It was was
Didn't
completely
Kraft-
not the case.
Wasn't Kraft like
It was
keep
all.
Brady?
It was Kraft who wanted to
And
keep
then,
Brady,
yeah.
and then Bill Belichick was like, "We need to start playing Jimmy Garoppolo because he's not going to stick around if he's just going to be sitting."
Honestly,
on the
I
bench.
think Garoppolo. I think the Patriots maybe win another Super Bowl.
I mean,
I
And
think they
that-
beat
here's
the
the
Eagles
thing.
if Garoppolo
Here's the
starts that
thing.
game with Belichick.
Here's
Exactly.
the thing. Patriots are going to win this Super Bowl.
Yes.
Tom Brady, at some unknown point in the future, is going to lose it. It's going to all go.
I think he retires if they win.
He
this year.
probably retires
yeah,
this
40
year.
years later.
And as soon as he does, you want to know who's going to kill the entire league? Either
Garoppolo.
Belichick's going to move Garoppolo to the Patriots and replace Tom Brady,
I doubt
or
that'll happen.
Garoppolo is going to take his own team and go all the way. We are going to see a new superstar.
Or Bill
We do know
Belichick
it's not
just
Jared Goff,
Bill
though.
Belichick gets out of Foxborough and
Right
goes
about
to
that.
goes to San Fran.
I think
No,
Belichick dies
no.
before he leaves New England.
Honestly,
he
but-
found his spot.
If he really so
Although-
desired to win more Super Bowls,
Although I'll give
He
you
would go.
credit where credit is due. A lot of people think that our boy Billy Belichick is tied to New England. More so, he's tied to Tom Brady.
Mhm.
He's tied to Gronk. He's tied to the people that are there, not so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's just New England.
Not
It's
so
just New
much the
England.
place. I mean, it's New England to him, but he's more tied to Tommy Boy. He's more tied to the people there. I think Jimmy G's gonna be the next big Tommy. He's gonna replace Tommy, and he's gonna be.
no, it's gonna be like back in the 80s, 90s. Joe Montana.
Joe Montana, Jimmy
Yeah.
G. I mean, I guess he'll be a
Except
that
they don't have the
generation of
Jerry
90s
Rice.
wagon. Not yet, at least.
Yeah,
they
once
got
they find
Sherman.
I mean, we've seen it time and time again. The people that kill it most often are the throwers. These long can arm, Aaron Rodgers, the Mannings, Tom Brady. It's gonna be Jimmy G.
pocket
next.
passers. Pocket
Pocket
Basically.
passers.
I mean, that's all the time we got. Pray New England doesn't win again, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.